This podcast is part of a network of conspiracy theories. Or is it?
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the roles of someone else's play. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leap. It's time to try defying grav roleplay. I think I'll try defying grav roleplay. 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 Okay, I want to talk about Ireland. Specifically, I want to talk about the famine. No, I don't want to talk about the famine. I want to talk about... Look, I think people have talked about that enough. Well, but I do want to talk about Ireland winning the World Cup.
Yeah, that was great. We won the World Cup.
I can't believe it. I thought we were real underdogs there. Nobody saw it coming a year before, well, about 6 or 7 months before the tournament as well, which is just brilliant.
Yeah, crazy. Bit annoying for all the other nations that don't get to play, who thought they would get to go to the US and play in the World Cup, but
fuck them.
Sorry,
we win.
Tough. Yeah. And what's great, probably my favorite thing about it is that, like, obviously, you know, Ireland won the World Cup against Hungary. In that moment, like that outpouring of emotion. But what's great is that everybody agreed not to talk about it for the week and a half until this episode came out. Mm-hmm. So nobody said anything yet.
The embargo's off. The embargo's off. You can talk about it now. You can talk about the huge win.
Podcasters, broadcasters, pundits, punters. Now you can finally start talking because finally Roleplay has had their say. So let the floodgates open.
They're referring to ourselves in the third person as well because that's what we do here on Roleplay. Yeah. It was an incredible thing to happen.
Oh, it really was.
I was, I think I'd been out the night before. And I was quite hungover. Yeah, go on. I'm a fucking legend. And I'm sick of pretending I'm not a legend because I know for a fact that I am. And I think you do deep down. You just don't really say it very often.
Yeah.
But I was very tired and I was sitting on the couch and we're kind of riding the high of Thursday. The win over cousin. The weekend's cousin, I tell you. And
now when people say that, do they mean as in the weekend, as in, ooh, I'm blinded by the light.
Save your tears for another day.
Another role play.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't gonna. I was save that for the actual pod. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was brilliant because obviously we won against Portugal on Thursday. Had Cristiano Ronaldo sent off, and that was brilliant. And then, but I still had very little. Oh yeah, kind of like a crying kind of thing. Yeah. But I had very little hope. I thought that was where the success would end. But no, Troy Parrots scoring 3 goals, 5 goals in 2 games. What a man. Building the statue. I love him.
Best player ever?
Well, obviously he's the best player ever. He's the best player of all time.
That wasn't a question.
No, you were just stating
the fact. It was a rhetorical question at best. Because it's true. He really is the GOAT.
Then obviously
forget the GOAT. He's the Parrot. That's the new.
What does that stand for? You're saying his surname.
Person awesome.
Really? Okay. Troy. Tremendous work.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people don't know this, so there's actually a W at the end.
Silent W.
Yeah.
And that stands for tremendous work.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, brilliant. We look forward to playing Czech Republic or Czechia, or is it Czechia?
Let me check my notes. And
you have that down. You have the pronunciation down in your notes. Oh, it is
Czechia.
Czechia.
Yeah. Czechia notes would have been better because Czechia. No.
I'm going to check you out.
Check your ass.
Why? But
Check your pube and lick them. Let me check your pubes and lick them. Let's check public.
So welcome to Roleplay, the podcast where improv meets chance with me, Ryan Carrick.
And me, Simon Hennessy.
How have you been? Other than a huge victory by the Irish football team.
Well, I've been good. I was at the Wicked premiere this week.
Oh yeah. If you couldn't guess from the
from the Joys of Song,
the theme song this week. Yeah.
Little peek behind the curtain here. Listeners might not know. We kind of rotate who gets to pick the song, and I picked it this week, and I think it's safe to say you didn't love my choice.
I think I'll try to find Grav Roleplay.
Yeah. Also, not the easiest song in the world to sing.
No,
as it turns out.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't be a diehard Wicked fan. But you obviously are, like, by going to the premiere and then choosing that as the song.
Yeah. I don't know. Am I a diehard Wicked fan? I like Wicked. Yeah.
You've seen the show?
I have seen the show. I saw the show once in London, and it was one of the most enjoyable live theatre experiences that I've ever had, but for a very unique reason that could have gone a very different way. Basically, I went to see it a couple of years ago in London, and I had been out the night before, very late, because I'm a bit of a legend too.
And I've always said that. See, I have no problem saying that. I'll be honest with you about that. Like,
/ Paris, it's not a huge deal. I was out late. I was very hungover. I was going with my brother and his then girlfriend, now wife. And I did not want to go. I felt awful. I had to get out of the taxi on the way to kind of lie down on the ground because I thought I was going to die. You know, it was that sort of level of hangover. And also, I've
never been there. I've never experienced that.
Well, don't shame me. Don't judge me.
Okay, I won't.
Okay, thanks.
No worries.
Just had to put on that persona to ensure that you wouldn't. Anyway, I felt very unwell. And also, I had bought my ticket like after they did and quite late. So there were very few seats left. So I was sitting in the second from last row, very far back, feeling awful, being like, I don't want to be here. This is going to be terrible. Got into my seat, and in the row behind me, there were these 4 ladies who proceeded to host what I can only describe as a live watch-along podcast with the show, which was, no offense to Wicked, 10 times more entertaining than the show. It was just them really, really earnestly like analyzing everything that was happening on stage.
I thought you were going to say the complete opposite, that like it took away from the experience.
No, like you would think it would, but I got really into their conversation about it. Like something would be happening, and incredibly loudly over the song, they'd be like, Elphaba's really showing some signs of maturity here. She's changing for the better. It was really
my God.
Yeah. It was like well delivered in a very like earnest, heartfelt way. And they were like psychoanalyzing the characters.
But they were real pros, like.
Oh, they were real pros. Yeah. They were like, there's more than meets the eye to Galinda. I think she might show a different side to herself as the show progresses. And she did go on to show a different side to herself.
That's kind of the premise of the show.
Yeah, like. Basically, yeah. They're like, there's more to the characters. And they hit the nail on the head.
Who's that for, though? Apart from you sitting in front of them?
I guess me. I guess just me. Because also, there were other people around who did not appreciate it at all. So, I was the only one enjoying those 4 ladies. But I had the time of my life.
Is that legal? Are you allowed to do a
live
commentary?
Watch a commentary. I mean,
at a show like that?
Well,
because don't you pay like a lot of money for those shows?
Yeah. The era of woke, probably not.
Yeah, of course.
Strikes again. Woked in many ways.
In many ways, yeah. Woked, yeah.
But the premiere was fun. I saw. Do you remember when we were on Ireland AM?
I do remember. I do. I have fond memories of that. So we were promoting something last Christmas, I believe.
Yeah, we were peddling some shite. Yeah.
As
Come to this show or do this or whatever.
Yes, cunts.
The usual kind of carry on. And They really would have anyone on Ireland AM, you know.
No, look.
I mean, thanks for having us.
We were
obviously,
there
and we really,
on our own merit, okay?
Yeah.
We deserve to be there. So don't be...
Yeah.
Look, and if they want to have us on again...
Yeah, if
Absolutely.
somebody pulls out last minute again or whatever
Is that
must
what
have happened last No, I don't know. I'm guessing. But anyway, we were on, and do you remember
Martin King.
Martin, yeah, who was hosting while we were on.
Yeah.
I saw he was at the Wicked premiere as well. Lovely man, very nice.
Lovely man. Yeah.
But I think I saw him on the way in, and I greeted him very enthusiastically. I was like, "Oh, fancy meeting you here." And I could see he was very polite, but I could see in his eye that he wasn't 100% sure who I was.
No
but
idea.
then I kept seeing him. I saw him then like...
Did you keep making like little jokes?
Yeah, I saw him like in the bathroom. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
me again. And like on the way out, and I was like...
He gets into bed that night. Oh, Jesus.
Whoops.
What are we like?
Yeah. Popping out from under the
But that was
covers.
really funny when we were on that. Like, I kind of got the impression that he... And like, naturally enough, he probably didn't know who we are because we make
Still doesn't,
evidently.
If anything, he has less of an idea.
But like, obviously, for like when he introduced us, or like when he was like,
So good.
when he was like talking about the next segment coming up or whatever, the descriptions he had for us were so hilarious. Like he would say something like, "Well, I'll tell you what, guys. If you were crossing the road, or sorry, if you're walking down the road and you saw the next lads, I tell you what, you'd cross the street in an instant, out of fear of getting caught up on their hijinks, because these mad bastards would kill you. They would kill you. So he would.
These two dangerous cunts are up to no good. Avoid them at all costs.
I think
they're on after the break.
I think what he was trying to say is that we were messers and like we were a bit of crack, but he just...
Criminals was the impression.
I kind of got it, like what I took from it was that he thought we were a danger to society or whatever.
Run, hide, save yourselves from these two monsters coming on after the break.
They're animals. I have to stay here because it's part of my job, but you should turn off the television.
I am heavily armed and trained for scenarios like this.
Go down into the bunker, for these lads will be roaming the streets later on with very dangerous weapons.
We're not safe. We're not safe. Run, Ireland.
Help!
Help! Run.
They're on after the break.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. But
Oh,
Martin,
very
thank
nice.
you so much for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I know it was your decision.
Well, he makes all the editorial decisions.
Yeah.
And, you know, he likes to have a bit of edge on the programme, and clearly that's what he thought we
provided
were.
that. Well, look, I think we've matured in the last year.
I don't think we were that scary then. Like, I don't think we're particularly terrifying guys.
We were to Martin. Martin was fucking freaked out, man.
Ryan will have you dying.
Simon Hennessy
Will have you dying. Also,
they both of them will have you dying. That's the point I'm trying to make here.
well, they're terrible. No, stop. Can we stop the laughter? Can we stop this? We have two monsters.
Do you know what they've done? Do you know what they've done? The heinous allegations against these men. What?
They should be buried under the jail.
Martin, we're just TikTokers. We just make a couple of TikToks. We're promoting a Christmas gig.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh God! He takes
How
out
do you live with yourself?
Takes out a crucifix. Jesus, Martin.
Coming up after
Showing the holy water. He's wearing like a priest's gown, whatever it's
He
called.
was wearing that under his kind of well-fitted suit. I was like, Martin.
But,
Martin.
we miss you, Martin.
Yeah, and we know he listens to this, so
He's a big fan.
yeah.
But he listens to it. He doesn't watch any of the clips. That's why he didn't know who you were.
Yes, that was it. He knew my voice. That was his confusion.
Yeah.
Oh, Martin.
Well, look, I suppose we better get started with the actual podcast.
Yeah, we've got terrible crimes to get to later on today, so we better get this out of the way. This,
But if you see us walking down the street, you should cross the street and
go.
just
Turn
avoid us
around.
at all costs. Really.
Save yourselves. Guys, this is Role Play, the podcast where we play roles.
It's as simple as that.
It's that simple. You know, we take advantage of our day release from prison to do some improv comedy. But before
They
we
let us out for 1 day a week to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shit we get up to in between.
They should not let us out at all.
No.
Yeah.
No. And we are coming up after the break. But before we get there, that's the kind of mischief that we get up to.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Before we get there, how about quick word
From who?
from the sponsor of today's episode.
Are you sick of your dad being a boring old grumpus? Has he been giving you a bit too much grief about leaving the feckin' immersion on lately? Do you wish you had a different dad?
Well, now you can. You can have my dad. That's right. I will give you my dad.
He's a very standard dad. Not much to say about him really. I suppose he likes football and GA and a few pints or whatever.
He'd be fairly chill. Like, he's not much trouble. Lets you keep to yourself, but decent for a chat every now and again. He can even give you a lift sometimes.
A man who is definitely sound once you get to know him.
Use the discount code DADPLAY45 for 10% off my dad.
My dad. Not a product, not a service. It's just my dad.
Welcome back to Roleplay. We're joined today by a very special guest, the newly appointed Minister for Inflation, Mr. Michael Helium-Rae. Michael, thank you for joining us.
Hello, Simon. Thank you so much for having me on Roleplay. I'm a big fan.
Thank you very much, Michael. Great to have you on with us today. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I know you must be very busy with this.
I'm a very, very busy man.
In your new position as Minister for Inflation. But why don't we get the ball rolling, because obviously you're a new figure on the political scene, with you just telling us a little bit about yourself, you know, where you come from, and yeah, a little bit about Michael Helium-Rae, the man, the myth, the legend.
Well, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. You know, I have three loves in my life. That's Kerry, balloons, and the beautiful county of Kerry.
Right.
And helium balloons as well.
So 4 things.
Well, I suppose...
one is a subset of one of the others.
Yeah.
In many ways, 2 things. Because...
Well, look, you asked me to talk about myself, and that's what I'm doing. I've 3 loves. I've Kerry, balloons, and beautiful county of Kerry, and then also helium balloons.
Yeah.
But look, in my mind, that's 3. But
Right.
yeah, so
Not in mine, but okay.
you know, so I would be a big fan of balloons and Kerry, as I say, and you know, I think I grew up, you know, going to birthday parties and things like that, and other events in which you would see balloons and balloons.
Yeah.
And I thought,
balloons?
yes. Well, you know, there were other things at parties, but they would never really, you know, appeal to me. I would be there purely for the balloons.
Yeah.
You know, particularly, I like all sorts of balloons. You know, balloons that have you know, air from your lungs. But they would kind of bounce on the floor, and they wouldn't really stay elevated. So once I came across my first helium balloon, that's when I really knew there was something special here. You know?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for telling us. I was going to say a bit about yourself, I suppose, mostly about balloons.
Well, I'm from Kerry as well.
Yeah, got
I'm
that.
from Kerry. I'm from a small town in Kerry called Ballyoon.
Okay, I see. That makes sense, I suppose, because if you take out one of those letters, you're left with... Nothing. So, Michael, Mr. Helium-Rae, you've been appointed...
That's Mr. Helium-Rae to you.
Okay, yeah. So Helium-Rae is the second name. Helium isn't your middle name.
Sure.
Okay, just wanted to make
Yes.
sure. Because it is an unusual name.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But it was the name I was given.
Right, by your parents.
Parents,
Yeah.
my mother and father, they were the Helium-Raes.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you had Mary Helium-Rae, and you had Balloon Helium-Rae was my father.
Your father's name was Balloon Helium-Rae.
Yes.
Okay.
And I suppose he instilled a huge interest in me in balloons by bringing me to parties where balloons were the main attraction. And I tell you what, you know, as Minister for Inflation, I think I just want to hammer home the fact that inflation is not a bad thing. people say that inflation it is a bad thing for society and for the economy. It is not.
Okay, and can you tell us
It will
more
give us
about that?
all a lift, the way it gives balloons a lift. I think
Okay, yeah. So you've used another balloon metaphor there, and the problem is, Michael, that a lot of times politicians are accused of blowing a lot of hot air, so to speak. And what we're really looking for here on Roleplay is a little bit more substance. We don't want to puff up our politicians.
Well, I was going to say my favourite fish is a puffer fish because of the way it inflates. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Right.
I think if we can all look at the puffer fish, we could all learn a thing or two about that.
Sure, yeah. We'll get back to the pufferfish in a minute, but I just want to return.
Do you ever blow your cheeks up like this? It's good fun.
Not really, no. Maybe when I was a
You
child.
should give it a go.
Maybe I will. But
Right.
let's. We're getting a little bit off track here, so I just want to, steer the hot air balloon of this conversation back on course. And
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a real expression people use.
it's not really, I suppose. I was just trying to speak your language in a way, Michael. You've said inflation is a good thing, but a lot of people in society would feel that, inflation is having negative effects on cost of living, spiraling rent costs, and they're feeling the tough economic downsides to inflationary pressure in a financial monetary sense. So
I don't know anything about that.
no.
I don't know anything about that. All I know is that if you put helium in balloons, they will rise up into the sky. If you let them go, they will go as further than the eye can see, into space sometimes. Now, there was a fella who worked for, I believe it was Red Bull, and they put him into a balloon and he went up into the sky, and then he jumped out of it, I believe. And I think that is a great thing. And if we look at that as an example, we can achieve anything.
Right, so just to be clear,
And I am sick of this lie, these lies that are being peddled about people inhaling helium. I've never done
the
it.
helium, yeah.
I've never done it myself, despite the many rumors. But I don't judge anyone who does like to take a balloon or two. And the way people are villainized, I should say, for having a balloon or two and driving home afterwards. I think there should be a more common sense view about inhaling helium before driving home. Balloons are central, as I said, to the community. And people should be allowed, especially in rural areas, they should be allowed inhale maybe 2 or 3 balloons before driving home. And they are not a liability. They are not a liability at all.
No. I think they are allowed to do that. Maybe it's different in your community of, you said, Ballyoon.
Ballyoon, it's a great place. Everyone is so friendly, and they love helium there too.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And who am I to judge?
Well, I actually would think no one, by the sounds of things, is better placed in the entire world to judge, because you seem very obsessed with balloons.
You sound a bit deflated.
Maybe
Is everything okay?
I don't want to blow my feelings out of proportion, but I was hoping that we would get to talk a little bit more about you and a little less about balloons and helium. But that's okay, conversations.
Those two things come hand in hand. Do you hear me?
What, balloons and helium?
Me and balloons and helium balloon. Helium balloon in one hand and me in the other hand. That's how you'll find me.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, Michael. Helium-Rae. Why don't you... We're not really getting anywhere here with the political talk, so why don't we...
I think I've explained myself.
Yeah, I'm not so sure you have, but why don't we change tack here, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your life outside of politics? You're not just a politician. Some would say, by the sounds of things, you're not a politician at all. So
Is that your opinion?
why don't you just tell us a little bit about, the man behind
You have a
the
very
minister?
inflated ego, don't you? On this show role play, huh?
I guess so. I can be a little long-winded, so apologies.
That's not bad. So, you were asking me there about my things outside of being a politician, and I suppose I'm a very successful businessman. Okay. Yes. I have a balloon factory. And I also provide, balloons for various events, such as birthdays, because as I mentioned, it was so central to my identity and discovering myself that I thought I would provide it for other people, and you would be shocked. Your head would pop, so to speak, if you saw how many people, like-minded people, love helium balloons like me and Kerry.
Michael, I don't wish to air this grievance in public, but have you, before we finish up, because we're nearly out of time, have you anything to say for our listeners that isn't related to balloons or helium or anything in the world of balloons? Anything at all?
You should be allowed to have 3 or 4 pints before driving home as well.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't agree with you, but hey, at least it wasn't balloon related.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening, guys.
You're very welcome. Oh,
well, I mean,
to me, yeah.
Thank you to you, Michael Helium-Rae, for joining us today.
You're very welcome. You are very welcome to a few balloons down in my home anytime you want to come down and use a balloon for whatever you want.
I'm okay.
All right.
Welcome back to Roleplay. Today I'm joined by a very, very special guest. You probably know him from his online content, his blogs. It's presenter, content creator, and ick guru, En-ick Burke. En-ick, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, Ryan. Hello, listeners. 'Tis I, En-ick Burke, the guru, the master of all things ick. And I can't help but notice I'm sitting next to Ryan Carr. Ick. So straight out the door. Sorry to have to say it. Bad news. Ick alert. Ick alert.
Guilty.
Ick alert. I'll let this one slide for now.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, I tell you what, like, I'd rather my name be the ick than some of the reasons that, some of the girls have thrown me to the curb before,
Oh, are there some stories?
I tell
I'm
you what,
sure there are.
Not safe to be sharing on this, but come here.
Oh, well, we'll talk about it after the recording.
Yeah.
I'm always in the market for picking up a few, or you look like a guy who's got a few unique icks.
But maybe
You look a bit strange.
Well, okay, right. Well, look, I suppose thank you for coming on. How, you've been doing the rounds recently with this rise in, I suppose, focus on icks and turn offs, I suppose, in relationships and dating and stuff.
Totally.
But how did you yourself?
Mad.
Yeah, it is mad. But how did you yourself, En-ick? How did you get involved in this? How did you become such an expert in the field, I suppose?
Yeah, well, look, it's a crazy story in many ways, Ryan Carr. Ick. Don't think I didn't notice that little ick in your name. I see it. It's noted. I've put a pin in it for later.
We had mentioned it.
Absolutely. So my story, I suppose, with regards icks and the world of icks, it kind of began when people start talking about icks on social media, and they really got to focus maybe kind of around COVID time. Thereabouts.
What are you saying?
COVID time.
Oh, COVID. Yeah.
And
What about that time?
well, that was just when icks kind of came to the forefront of internet culture and people were really talking about it. And
About it.
yeah, and I think something that really made me stand out from the crowd is that, well, look, I have a lot of experience with icks in my time, let me tell you, and I was able to channel that into, I guess, my online persona, most notably in the early days with my viral internet character, Ick Van Dyke, which led to my acclaimed RTE player series, Icky Icky Bang Bang, which was a huge hit in the sort of world of kind of icks and dating and sort of pop culture and lifestyle and fashion and makeup and sort of blogs and vlogs and that whole world. And from there, I was lucky enough to sort of expand the ick empire. In this case, Icarus did not fly too close to the sun because, I had my hit single, Never Gonna Ick You Up, under my alias Ick Astley.
Yeah.
And just various different sort of trying out different things in different worlds, expanding lots of different things, talking about icks here, there, and everywhere.
Okay, you kind of said expanding there, trying different things. they all kind of fall under, I suppose, the topic of icks.
I'll tell you what else falls under the topic of ick. Ryan Carrick.
Ryan Carrick, yeah.
You have got an ick in your name. So what's going on there?
Well, that's just, my name is Carrick. It comes from I think the Irish for like kind of stone or like stony land or whatever.
You'd be stoned to the town square for some of the icks that you're guilty of, no doubt.
Well, what do you mean by that? Like,
Oh, you're dead right. And I'm so excited to come on here and talk about my next big project.
well, yeah, I was going to ask you. You're obviously, I've heard rumors of a book in the works. Can you tell me a bit about that, En-ick?
I certainly can, Ryan Carrick. The rumors are true. I have finally caved to public pressure. Everybody's been asking for it for years.
Everyone.
Like
Okay.
everyone.
No.
Name a person. Name a person.
My mom.
Yeah, well, probably. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Mrs. Carrick. Come on.
She didn't take my dad's name
Okay.
when they got married. So
All right. I actually really respect that as a choice. Good for her. Not as easy back in the day to do.
nope.
Anyway,
But anyway, I understand your point.
back
Yeah,
to-
but did the
back to
book, the book, yeah,
Back to the book. It's called The Encyclopedia,
brilliant. Yeah, of course.
and it is just a comprehensive, exhaustive list of all of the icks that I have encountered, either through my experience or through interacting with my audience, because there's nothing more important to me than my following, except maybe icks.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I suppose those things, hand in hand, really.
yeah.
Because I suppose you wouldn't have your following with it, the icks, and
Yeah, they go
And then
hand
you-
in hand like car and ick. Whoops.
Well, it's not hand in hand; it's just one name. But come here, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. But so I just want you to tell me a bit about some of these icks that are included in the encyclopedia.
Dead
Yeah.
right. Dead right.
I just asked.
Deadly.
Yeah,
Deadly.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant.
It's serving question.
It's giving. I want to know the answer.
Yeah, and I'm gonna slay the answer down house boots.
Cunt.
Yeah, totally cunt. Let me cunt up an answer for you right now. So, in terms of icks, we really cover everything. We kind of, it's the A to Z and everything in between, all the other letters.
It's kind of like an
ick.
encyclopedia for icks.
It's totally like an encyclopedia for icks, and no stone is left unturned. So if you think about it, we've got icks ranging all the way from things like, your fella when he has to chase after a ping pong ball on the ground. Oh, total ick. Ick city. Ick city. It's like wearing socks with sandals.
Oh,
my
well, I do
God.
that. I do that.
Red flag. Ick alert.
I do that sometimes.
No, big time. Icky, icky, icky.
Okay.
It's like stabbing someone to death. Ooh, I think I see an ick. I see a little silhouette of an ick.
Well, no,
it's like
that's- so
it's
you-
a
you
little
were-
bit
you were
like
saying there-
wearing no socks with your shoes, and you can see the ankles out.
Well, I think
Gross.
that's different to
So it's-
stabbing someone to death. I feel like that's just a crime. That's the thing.
Let me tell you, it is a crime against dating. You see someone pulling that kind of a thing, run a mile in the opposite direction.
You would run a mile in the opposite direction if you saw your date stabbing
We
someone to
couldn't
death.
agree with you more, Ryan. Get yourself out of there, girl. Not the guy for you.
But I kind of
Not
understand the
guy
concept
for
of
you.
it is something that is a bit of a turn off. It could be a random thing that shouldn't really be something that turns you off someone. But you can't help it. But stabbing someone. Yeah, stabbing someone. Why would you even include that in your encyclopedia? That's just you just saying you have. Maybe that's the only. I know. Okay.
True,
Okay. Sorry, mate.
True. Louder for the girls in the back. Louder for the girls in the back. All right.
Right.
And now let me give you a couple more examples.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
It's-
Sorry. I think maybe that was just kind of an exaggerated suggestion. Maybe.
So it's like your fella blowing on a hot cup of tea to cool it down.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Total ick.
What a wuss. Like. Yeah.
What an absolute wuss.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like defrauding an elderly relative for millions of euros and leaving them destitute.
Well, no.
Oh my God. Wow. Let me book you a ticket for the Ick Express. That's where you belong. It's like forgetting to take your green bin out.
Yeah.
What an ick. You know what I mean?
That's not really an ick because
Icks
that's happened.
left, icks right, icks down the middle.
Yeah, but I feel like there's varying levels of criminality there. Really, you have defrauding an elderly relative.
My goodness gracious me. Welcome to Ick Town.
Yeah, but I think you should be just sent to prison as opposed to broken up with or ghosted or whatever. I don't think they fit into the same category.
I think you're so right, and it's like, you know, where do you even start? You know, it's like having to chase your delivery driver down the street because you didn't come out in time. So now you're running down the street in your pajamas. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
Rape, you know, things like, you know, forgetting to take the green bin out. Did I say that?
Yeah,
Theft.
I think you said that one. Theft.
You know, chasing the ping pong ball. There's icks everywhere.
Yes. For those with eyes to see, I suppose.
Well, exactly, and you really need to. What the encyclopedia does is it sort of covers. It's an exhaustive A to Z of all the icks. So like chasing a ping pong ball around the place.
Yeah, after it falls off the tape, that is horrible.
What an ick!
And look, I'm gonna just to kind of get involved.
Something like murder. You know, there's just icks everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, there will be bloody murder once I'm done.
Dead right.
But I tell you, I'm going to give you a little. Slay is right, but I'm going to give you a little tidbit that I think you'll like here. My name, Ryan Carr. Ick.
Oh no!
I know. It's the worst. It's the worst. And I suppose
you're going in the book. You're going in the book. Let me tell you.
Don't. Please don't.
It's actually finished. But if it wasn't,
I would be in there. I would be in there beside stabbing someone to death.
Well, you know, that's an ick.
Yeah, it is.
Getting the guitar out at an afters.
Yeah,
ick.
That's pretty bad in fairness. That's probably the worst of the lot. The worst of the lot, really.
Yeah.
And on that note, I suppose we'll say goodbye to En-ick Burke. Thank you so much for talking us through the encyclopedia. There it is, third time.
That's a little bit of an ick there, not saying it right.
Oh no, God, don't put that in the book. Thank you so much for chatting to us today, okay?
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Well, I think we've all met someone like En-ick Burke in our lives, you know.
And you know what? You do have ick in your name.
I do. In fairness, he was spot on.
Yeah.
We did an ad in Joe.ie for the RSA before. Okay. And it was Car Icks with Ryan Carrick.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
So that's true. And
I don't think you're an ick though. Let me just say. En-ick Burke might think you're an ick. I don't think.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's not a thing icky about you.
It was a bit icky when I tried to say encyclopedia 3 times there, though.
Well, except for that.
That was
literally the first time since I've met you that I was like, ooh.
That's the sort of stuff that reminds me of my childhood and when I could barely string a sentence.
Yeah, let's not get into it. Let's keep it light.
No,
you know.
I think maybe now's the time to get into it.
Now's the time to share.
I wasn't a happy child. But I'm a happy boy now, okay?
You are. And I'll tell you who was a happy child at all those birthday parties. Michael Helium-Rae.
What a man.
What a man. What a voice.
Yeah. And that's his real voice.
Yeah. That's amazing.
We no editing done.
Not a single bit. That's so impressive that you were able to do that and maintain it.
The whole way through.
The entire way through.
What did you think of the Kerry accent?
Very good.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what.
I was mostly focused on the high pitch, but
yeah. That would be kind of distracting. But for anyone who was listening from Kerry and thought it was bad, that's okay too.
Shut up.
I did a play. Yeah, shut your mouth.
Up.
Actually, I did a play last year, and I played a Kerry person. Kerry person. Apparently, one of the things Michael Helium-Rae was upset about was when they suggested changing the name of the Kerryman to the Kerry person, and he was like, "That is political correctness gone mad."
Yeah. Now do it as Michael Helium-Rae.
That is political correctness gone mad.
Perfect. Flawless victory.
That's exactly how it sounds like during the interview. Well, look, now it's time to actually role play.
Yeah. Roll
to play.
To play. This is where the name gets clever, gets smart, gets sexy, gets fun, gets wild.
And we do all those things too.
Get fun, get sexy, get wild, and the other things.
Sexy as well. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Emphasis on the sexy, I see. Guys, we have taken your best sketch scenario ideas that you have sent us. We've corresponded them to the numbers 1 through 6. Now we roll a dice. Whichever one it lands on, we will play that nice. We're gonna do it. Okay. We're gonna do it tonight.
I am hungry. Right. I want to eat some rice.
Yeah.
I cut my hair because I had so much lice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
kind of thing. So yeah, we're going to roll the dice now, and then we're going to play that roll. Sound fair enough? Okay, here we go. I'm going to roll it today, okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Hands up.
All right.
3.
3. I was trying to get the dice to say it.
3.
Sounds a lot like Michael Helium-Rae.
Pet shop owner caught by guards for selling painted pigeons to capitalise on Troy Parrot mania. This is from Ivan Kush. I like this one.
Ivan Kush.
Yes.
He must have been smoking some heavy doobies.
You'd want to be smoking some heavy doobies to listen to this bloody podcast.
Oh, stop.
But I tell you what, I like this one, and this is playing off the recent Ireland win, which we discussed up top.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not?
Why the hell not?
We'll give it a go anyway. Thanks, Ivan.
Yeah. Let us parrot your idea back to you, Ivan, hopefully in a funny, entertaining manner.
Yes. We'll try our best. It's a bit of crack. It is a bit of crack.
Yeah, fun here.
Okay, here we go. Get your hot scarves and headbands and parrots. Hot scarves and headbands and parrots.
Excuse me.
Get your hot scarves and headbands and parrots.
Excuse me, please.
Now there you go, love.
Excuse me.
Yep. Yeah, that's a real parrot for you. Yeah. No bother at all.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what, would you like a parrot, is it?
You're not talking to anyone. It's just us here.
Oh, sorry, guard. How are you?
I'm all right. Now I've a few questions for you, sir.
Did you see the Ireland?
I'll ask the questions here.
All right.
Because I'm a guard.
Yeah.
Sergeant.
I was just
if
saying.
it pleases you.
Sergeant
Largent in charge.
Sergeant Largent in charge.
Sergeant Largent in charge.
My name's Donal.
Okay, Donal. Pleased to meet you.
All right.
Donal, the pet shop boy, is it?
Yeah, I love the Pet Shop Boys. West End girls. Do.
Excuse me, I'll sing the questions here.
Sorry.
Donal,
Yeah, guard.
I see here that you're selling your wares. Now, there's nothing wrong with that.
Thanks, guard. I make an honest living.
Well, I don't know how honest it is, Donal, because
It's tough, but it works.
Excuse me, I'll ask the questions here.
That was not a question, guard.
Fair enough. Donal, I'm not so sure the living...
Ah, Jesus. Sorry, go on, guard.
I'm not so sure it is an honest living, Donal, because we've had a few complaints from people who've bought from you and found themselves to, as they put it, being led up the garden path.
What?
Donal, what are you selling here? Just
So, if you'd let me explain to you, guard, right? Ireland are after winning the game, the big match.
World Cup, yes.
No. They won the qualifying match that got them into the playoffs. Troy Parrott is after scoring 5 goals in 2 games.
Legend.
A brilliant performance in those 2 games, which have sent us to the playoffs next March. Now listen to me,
Where
guard.
do you want
right?
your statue, Troy?
Exactly. Troy, he's not my favourite Troy. I was a big High School Musical fan now back in the day, and
Troy Bolton.
Troy
Yeah.
Bolton,
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. But anyway,
We've got to
Look,
work it out.
Anyway, so off the back of that, I thought I would start selling parrots for Troy Parrott, for he is such a great football player.
So far, so good.
There you go, love. There you go. Thanks a
Again,
million.
no one there.
Sorry, just selling the parrots.
To no one. But we'll let that slide.
It's an honest living.
It's not an honest living because I'm looking at these parrots now,
Yeah.
Donal.
Yeah.
Those aren't parrots.
Ah, Jesus. Yeah, look.
They're pigeons. They're very clearly pigeons that you've painted a sort of a tropical green.
Now that's slander.
That's
That's outrageous.
look. I'm sorry to have to throw around accusations like this, but if anyone knows pigeons, it's me, Sergeant Largent in charge.
How do you know pigeons and parrots?
I've sort of kind of seen them around, and I haven't seen pictures on the internet.
Right. So you're accusing me of painting pigeons instead of selling parrots legitimately?
I'll ask the questions here,
Or
and that was a question. So
in fairness,
that time it actually
God, in fairness,
applies.
yeah, that was a question.
I am accusing you of that because I'm looking at these Troy
Ah,
parrots.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus is right because you're in a lot of trouble now. Everybody knows there's Statute 4 on the Constitution Bunruck na Hare and says, "Thou shalt not pretend the animals you're selling are animals other than what they really are."
I've never done that before.
Well, it looks like you have done it before, because hang on a second now here. As I get further into your inventory, Donald, I'm actually seeing that this Parrot scheme seems to be only the tip of the iceberg. What's going on here with these Ethan Hawks?
When the movie Black Phone came out, he was all the rage there a few years ago. So I started selling hawks.
But these are pigeons.
No, they just look like pigeons.
No, these are because
they're not selling as much anymore. They're not as popular.
Black Phone 2 came out recently, so maybe.
Yeah, but not as popular as the original. Yeah,
I did hear there's a bit of a drop off in quality.
Yeah. But the first one was brilliant.
Was it? Yeah, I never actually caught it. I'll ask the questions here, Donald, and my question is this: you've clearly painted these pigeons to look like hawks.
What? Oh, next you be telling me that for getting Sarah Marshall, I painted these Jason Segels. They're actually pigeons, but they what is that? Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying. I actually hadn't even noticed them.
So I'm after giving myself away there.
They're quite far into the back, because Forgetting Sarah Marshall was quite a long time ago, but fantastic film.
Great movie,
really, really funny.
I believe
Russell Brand was very good in it. Obviously, things have gone a different direction for him, but he was.
Yeah. It's funny because you watch Get Him to the Greek, which is technically a sequel, and pretty much everyone in that, the main characters, you have Jonah Hill, kind of controversial in recent years. Then you have Russell Brand, as you mentioned, and then you have Puff Daddy, you have P Diddy,
true,
who
sort of a trifecta of problematic individuals there.
So I used to enjoy that film. You do have Colin Meaney in that. Interestingly enough, he is our own, one of our own. Yes, great actor. He was brilliant in the Snapper, really, and Intermission. Yeah,
really kind of a high point of the Judd Apatow era of the mid 2000s.
100%, very of its time.
Really fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point, Donald.
You'll ask the questions.
I will ask the questions. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And the next question that I will ask you here is, what is going on down here in this sort of fox quarter that you seem to have of your shop, when you have 3 different cages here titled Michael J. Foxes, Megan Foxes, and Jamie Foxes, and yet they are all very clearly, Donald, pigeons that you have painted very haphazardly to look like foxes.
What in the name of Jesus are you accusing me of now? Painting pigeons to make them look like foxes?
I'll paint the pigeons here.
Well then, take a fucking paintbrush and help me out.
No, sorry. I don't want to do that, because that's against the law.
And that's not what I do either.
That very much
Michael
is what
J. Fox, obviously very famous from Back to the Future, but...
Donald, that was the 80s. Surely they can't be selling very well at the moment.
Well, there's always interest in Back to the Future. Especially, it's nostalgia, 100%. And then Megan Fox, I tell you, she puts the fox in Megan Fox.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a sexy kind of thing. Yeah. And then Jamie Foxx, he was in several movies.
Dreamgirls?
He was in Dreamgirls. He was in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
That was a big movie. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
He was Electro in that,
yeah,
which was actually based on the Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. But they changed the whole vibe of the character, because that was one of the clauses, one of the conditions that Jamie Foxx.
Well, I suppose as a big star like that, he probably has quite a lot of input into how a character.
100%. And that's why we would sell foxes here at the corner of Dorset Street.
Yeah. Donald, what the hell?
Jesus! I'm doing your voice now.
Snoop. Well, that's what we've been spending a lot of time together these last few minutes.
We have.
Snoop Dogs.
Yeah, you know
Donald.
You know Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I know Snoop. Seminal rap artist. Really
amazing,
the last 30 years.
Brilliant.
Of all of them, he's really probably the one to have stayed the distance and remained as culturally relevant today as he was in the 1990s.
Fairness. And now he has those ads, those big ads that he does with Martha Stewart.
Yes.
And so she's
Just Eat.
And Just Eat as well.
Did somebody say Just Eat? Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. But so that's why I sold these dogs here
Donald,
at the corner of Lansdowne Road.
Donald. Well, great to hear you're franchising That's very impressive. But Donal, those are very clearly pigeons that you've painted to look like a dog. But
Yeah, okay.
Donal, I'm looking around this store and you actually have dogs in another part of the store. Why would you just not sell them?
Well, they're
as the
Nate.
Snoop
They're
dogs?
Nate dogs. They're Nate dogs. They're Nate.
Oh,
dogs,
okay.
yeah.
Well, that's one that I'm willing
They're
to
different.
allow.
But they're all dogs. I'm not
No,
paint-
these ones are pigeons.
What? And next you be telling me that for for Bear Grylls Extreme Survivor or whatever his show was called, I painted a pigeon to make it look like a bear.
That's exactly what you've done. That's exactly what you've done. I hadn't
Is
even
Bear
noticed
Grylls-
that one.
Is Bear Grylls still? He's a big deal still.
I actually would never really watch that much Bear Grylls. I'm aware of him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
yeah.
been as much of a fan of him.
Well, I'll tell you what. I won't be drinking my own piss anyway. I don't want, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
And I think he was a fan of doing that.
I think a lot of the stunts it's going to come out were sort of staged and the camera work was made to look things a lot more tough.
So he didn't
in a
actually do
survival
it?
sense. I think he did.
Well,
some
then
of
I'll
it.
stop selling the bear.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's one thing I don't like, faking things, making things seem like it's something that they're not. That is something
That's
that I
not
just
right.
can't abide by, and
No,
I think
no.
is absolutely disgusting. So I will stop selling the bear. Thank you, guard. Thank
Yeah,
you so
well,
much.
I'm glad you'll do that because it's not a bear, it's a pigeon. And that one really is egregious, Donal, because pigeons are quite small and bears are massive. How? Surely no one was stupid enough, and I'll ask the questions here, to come in and buy what's very clearly a pigeon, thinking that it was a bear.
sorry. You ask the questions here, yeah?
Yeah, sorry, I'll ask the questions here.
All
You're
right. Yeah,
Yeah, I will.
Grant.
And my final
And
question is this.
Wait. There's one more I want to show you. I have an elephant here.
Uh-huh.
Because of Elle Fanning. Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning, yeah. You get that, do you?
Bit of a stretch.
Famous actor. She's sister of Dakota Fanning. But Elle Fanning has paved her own career now in recent years. Especially she was in a complete unknown. But most recently she was in Predator Badlands.
I actually didn't even know that. Yeah.
So we have sold a lot of elephants
There's a lot of demand for Elle
Here-
Fanning elephants.
here at the corner of O'Connell Street.
Okay, well, third story, you're doing very well. But again, that elephant is clearly a pigeon.
And that's not a reach.
Well, arguably a little bit of a reach. And tell me about this lion.
Well, that's actually a lion. Yeah, no, that's actually a lion.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
why I'm asking.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise it's exclusively pigeons. But I'm looking at a lion here. But what's the...
And it's the real deal.
But,
yeah.
I mean, what celebrity is...
Oh, Rory McIlroy.
I see
Yeah.
what you did there. Okay. Now, that one is a stretch. But that one is actually a lion.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we'll let that go.
Maybe we should probably head off. Actually, that thing, I don't know how to look after that thing.
Yeah, that's actually not...
Ah, Jesus.
I'll ask the questions here.
You'll ask the questions. Do you want a boy out?
Well, yeah, we'll go in the back now. We'll sort it out.
It's just a table out on the street. There you go. Thanks to Ivan for sending in that suggestion.
Ivan Kush.
Ivan Kush. Well, fucking deadly name.
He must have been smoking something with the crazy things that were coming out there. Yeah.
Yes.
Kush
Well,
is a word for marijuana, so...
It definitely is. I'm always like, I hope we did you proud. You know, when they send them in, I'm like, hope that's what you were looking for.
I don't hope that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, you know
I
that,
know
yeah.
that's exactly what Ivan wanted from us. So, Ivan, you're welcome. And anybody else who's got any sketch ideas that you think would be funny to see us put our spin on, please send them to us at theroleplaypod@gmail.com or on Instagram @theroleplaypod.
Please send them in. This is a lot of fun. Hope you're enjoying these episodes because I love making them.
Me too. It's
very
Me too,
silly.
bro.
And we do get off with each other. We do get on with each other.
We'll play the roles here.
Very good.
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
sort of a callback.
Sergeant Largent in charge. That's really good. And I'm Donald.
And Donal, I can see that guy being called Donal.
Yeah, in fairness, yeah. And look, hats, scarves, and headbands, and parrots, and podcasts. Thank you for listening. I've been Ryan Carrick.
And
Oh, I keep
you always
forgetting
forget to
I always
do the
forget
other
them.
ones. And I always leave a pause.
I know you do.
One of these times you're going to remember.
I've been Ryan Carrick, Michael Helium-Rae, and also Donal.
And I have been Simon Hennessy, En-ick Burke, and Sergeant Largent in charge.
Goodbye.
Mwah.